you not gonna send my money back? I'm confused.
I said you can wait.
You need to send me my money back right now. You didn't already have me drive all the way, all around, all that shit, so you need to send me my money back. That's the least you could do. That's the least you could do.
I'm not doing nothing.
You need to send me my money back. I don't care. I will be out of here. I will be out of here as soon as you send me my money. I will be out of here as soon as you send my money back. That is how it's gonna work. Yes, it is.
Today, my deposit is not refundable.
We still hustle daily. What's up, Hustle Nation? Got a story time for y'all. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all follow both Storytime channels. We still hustle daily and we still hustle daily too. All right, tap in. We about to get right into it. We got some action.
Neither do I.
Okay.
Okay.
You think it's bothering you? It's not bothering me.
Okay. It seems like it is though. It seems like it is though. It seems like it is though. It seems like it is though.
Sisters. How can we resolve this?
There's no resolving it. She needs to send me my fucking money back right now. So are you not gonna send my money back? I'm confused.
I said you can wait.
You need to send me my money back right now. You didn't already have me drive all the way, all around, all that shit, so you need to send me my money back. That's the least you could do. That's the least you could do.
I'm not doing nothing.
You need to send me my money back. I don't care. I will be out of here. I will be out of here as soon as you send me my money. I will be out of here as soon as you send my money back. That is how it's gonna work. Yes, it is.
Today, my deposit is not refundable.
You told me you don't have to service me. Bitch, if you don't service me, it's gonna be a problem. Yes.
Okay.
Send me my money back.
Okay.
Are you not gonna send my money back?
Are you not gonna calm down after you ask me to?
Why are you not sending my money back? I'm confused.
Because of how you're addressing me.
But you are not sending me. Why? I should not have to ask you and beg you to send my money back.
Don't address me.
I should not have to beg and beg for you to send my money
you don't
back.
have to beg. You can
Why? But why am I begging?
Yo, them Skittles good as. Well, I don't know if them Skittles or not.
You don't have to beg. You
Why
can
am I
calm
begging?
down,
Okay,
though.
send me my money.
You don't have to beg.
Okay, can you
But
just
you
send me
can
my
calm
money back? I will be
down,
out and leave.
But calm down.
Why do I have to calm down if I'm upset that you're not sending me my money?
Because I was just trying to communicate.
I don't care what you tried to communicate at this point. I want my money back and I want to leave. That's it. That's it.
Can you assist with this?
I don't need anybody's assistant. You're a grown woman and all you need to do is send me my money back so I can go.
I really don't have to. I did.
Okay, so what is the issue? Why do I have to wait? I've been waiting.
Okay, y'all said y'all wanted a story time, so I'm gonna give you guys a story time. First and foremost, her response video was ridiculous and a bold-faced lie, and I'm gonna get into it, and I have the receipts. So right here, she's asking me, what type of pixie look do you want to book? The short, the curly, blah, 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 blah. And then I said, I don't know which style yet. This is my first time with this look. She says, okay, perfect. Oh, no problem. Just wanted to let you know if you needed to get hair or not. So all that stuff she was talking about, yeah, I told her that I need to tell her what kind of hair to get. She never said that. She just said whether you want to get hair or not. Then right here, I asked her, okay, if I need to get hair the day of my appointment, can I get it from you? She says, yes, you can. And that's it. Never let me know ahead of time, never anything. So I'm like, okay, she probably has hair on hand. Then she goes into telling me stuff about her credit card stuff, which I just don't even want to get into because that was just ridiculous, but I did it, right? So boom, the credit card stuff, I had to put my name, my date of birth, my address, which honestly I feel like was on me for even booking with her, because I just should have been like, I'm not doing all of this and let it be that. But I'm so picky about my hair. When I find somebody who I want to do my hair, I will do anything because I'm like obsessed with getting my hair done. So after that, we figured it out. I booked the appointment. She then calls me and she's like, yeah, this is my policy. I do this because I have celebrity clients. First of all, girl, you're in LA. People in the back of their mama's garage have celebrity clients. Like, that is not a flex. And why are you telling your client that you have celebrity clients as if, like, it just felt weird to me. Like, I don't know. It just was a weird energy that she gave. But again, I still booked with her like a stupid ass. So then, day of my appointment, I call her when I'm 5 minutes away and I tell her like, hey, I'm about 5 minutes away. And I hear like the sink running. And I'm like, is she washing somebody's hair? And I'm like, can't be. Let me just go to the appointment. Let me just ignore it. Let me just go. So then I walk in. When I walk in, she's not even halfway through doing this lady's hair. Like, it looks like she just started. So I sit my bundles down and she's like, yeah, you can sit outside right there and I'll be with you after I clip her up or something like that. And I'm looking like, okay, maybe she does 2 clients at a time. I don't really know. I know some stylists do multiple clients at a time, but usually they have like some sort of assistant when they do that. So I'm just looking at her like, okay. So then I'm sitting there and she comes out and she's like, are these your bundles? And I'm like, yeah. Like, you just see me sent them there. Why are you asking me, are those my bundles? And then she's like, oh, okay. And then she walks away, doesn't say anything. And I'm just like, okay, that was weird. And then she walks back up to me and she's like, yeah, this is the wrong hair. And I just don't like her attitude at this point. And I'm just like, okay, well, like, there's no solution. She never gives me a solution. She's just like, yeah, this is wrong. Like, and I'm like, okay, well, what do you want me to do now? Like, this is the hair that I brought. You never told me to bring any other type of hair. Why would I know to bring a specific type of pixie cut hair when I explicitly told you I have never gotten a pixie cut before? So then I'm like, so what do I do now? And she's like, well, I was like, I need my hair done today. And she was like, okay, well, you could go get the hair. And I'm like, didn't you tell me you sell the hair? And she was like, yeah, but you would have to let me know that ahead of time. And you didn't let me know. And I'm looking at her like, when did you tell me that I had to let you know ahead of time? I asked you, can I get the hair from you the day of my appointment? And you said yes. So if I didn't bring the right hair, then you should have it on hand because that's what you told me. And she's looking at me like, well, this is not my problem. And I'm like, but I'm keeping my cool, y'all. But at this point, I really wanted to cuss her out. But I'm keeping my cool because I want my hair done. Like we all have before. As a black woman, sometimes you got to keep your cool with your hairstylist. So I'm like, all right, what do I do? Like, give me a solution. What do I do? And she was like, go to a beauty supply. But there's no beauty supply that sells our type of stuff over here because she's in Hermosa Beach. And I'm like, and she's like, yeah, go back home. Go. Where do you live? And I tell her where I live, which is an hour away. And she was like, yeah, you're going to have to probably go over there. Why would I go all the way an hour away? It just was kind of like, are you trying to stall for time because you are just starting this other client? Like, what's going on? So I'm like, okay, girl, like, send me the hair to get. I'm just going to go get it, whatever. I'm not in a rush today, but I do have something to do tomorrow. So whatever. So I go and I get the hair. I had to drive to 2 different places because they didn't have the hair at other places in that area. So I did have to drive to 2 different places. And I ended up getting the hair. I come back an hour and 45 minutes later. And when I come in, she's still doing the lady's hair. So at this point, I'm like, how long until you start my hair? And she was like, about an hour. Not 45 minutes like she said, about an hour. She added extra stuff to make it sound good. She told me about an hour. And at this point, I can't even hold my face, y'all. Because I can't even hold my face as it is, but I really couldn't. So I'm looking at her like, excuse me? An hour? It's already 2 hours behind the time that I was supposed to start. And you're telling me that you're going to start me at 6 when my appointment was at 3? So I'm just looking at her. And then I'm waiting for her to say, hey, I apologize. I'm so sorry. Nothing. No apology. And if you saw in her video, she was like, yeah, I was trying to do her a favor by not cutting her hair. So I just can't. So boom, at this point, I have a badass attitude. So I looked at her crazy, but I didn't say anything. And I went and sat back down where she had told me to sit prior. And 5 minutes later, she comes out and she closed the door behind her. And I already knew what was about to go down. And she comes and to me and she says, yeah, I don't think this is going off good. I don't feel comfortable servicing you because of your attitude. And before she could even say anything else, I'm like, okay, just send me my money back. Because I don't even want to argue with you. I don't want to have a conversation. I just want my money and I want to go. Because I honestly should have been asked for my money back, honestly. So then she's like, okay. So she starts walking to her door and I'm walking behind her because my hair is inside of her studio. So I'm walking behind her and she was like, you can back up off me. Like, lit. So I'm like, oh yeah, you want it? Let's get into it. Because girl, I already wanted to really fight you. I'm a civilized person normally, but I was pissed. Like, and when it comes to my hair, I don't play. Like, so I want to fight you at this point. I do. So she like, you can back up off me. And I'm like, bitch, what? So this is when I started the video. This is when I was like, yeah, I need to record. So I'm like, bitch, what? And she was like, yeah, you could back up off me. And this when I started recording, she was like, yeah, because I don't play like that. If you hear her, she bump with that on her breath. Yeah, I don't play like that. So I'm recording. I don't even know she's pregnant at this point. She was not visibly pregnant to me. I've never met the lady. I don't know if you big or not. So I'm just looking at her like, oh yeah, we about to fight, like, unfortunately. So she walks up to the client's hair and she starts touching on her hair. And then she probably saw that I was recording. And then that's when she was like, yeah, you can calm down. Yeah, you can lower your tone. And I'll change her tone and shit. And I'm like, bitch, send me my fucking money, bitch. I don't give a fuck what you talking about lowering my tone. Bitch, you not my fucking mama. Send me my money before it gets crazy in this place. So I feel like she just was trying to play me because she thought that I wasn't going to turn up on her. And then when I started turning up on her, things was changing.
Oh, it looks like we lost sound. Damn. Okay. Alright, we lost sound.
Hi you guys, it's Ariana again with Beauty Fix LA. I just wanted to hop in here again to clear up some things since the narrative seems to be getting changed. And yeah, let's get into it. So I first want to hop on here and say thank you to everybody that's been sending me messages saying that, oh, you know, we're uplifting you, don't stress out, you know, this is and that. First of all, I want to say there's no pressure over here. I deal with this type of unforeseen circumstance all the time in this industry, you know, and it never gave what she gave, you know. Respect remained. Deposits were either refunded or kept, and it's that plain and simple, depending on my policy. And clients have returned after their unforeseen circumstance. So a lot of the lies that's being told and shared and stuff like that in regards to me not taking accountability, me never apologizing is crazy, because I feel like I spent apologizing to her so many times that day. Every time I approached her with the option of getting her refund, she insisted on staying. She made the decision to go get the hair instead of getting her money and going. After she was made aware of my delay in her service, all of this was communicated. There was not a moment to where she walked in and I was just like, oh girl, hey, go sit over there. Never. So you guys can believe whatever narrative you want. It's neither here nor there, but I'm tired. I'm so tired of this. I'm so tired of this issue. I am. And I really wish I would get out of my inbox making threats against my baby and all this other stuff. I think it's really, really wild in some of these messages that I've been getting. Number one, you guys do not know me. What you saw in that video was me actually being calm. It was me being calm. That was my calm. That was my new calm. So, please don't fuck around and find out. Please don't send nobody and all this other stuff that you kids that are bored or whoever's, you know, believe in the narrative. You can believe the narrative. That's fine. That's fine with me. And honestly, the trolling is the death wishes and all this other shit. You guys are wild. It's just kind of, it's really giving. I'm going to just keep that comment to myself. Moving on. So, I don't know what you don't know. As a hairstylist, I don't know what you don't know. It's your responsibility as well as it is mine for you to communicate. I can see if it's something as broad as a haircut. If you book a haircut, obviously I'm going to reach out to you. So what type of haircut you want? You want a bob? You want a blunt bob, asymmetrical bob? You want a short? Like, you know, I'm going to ask you those questions. But if you book a specific service, I assume that you know what you're getting because you're booking it. that's your responsibility as well as it is mine to communicate what you don't know so I can inform you. And the opportunity that we had in the exchange that we had was spent filled going back and forth about my policy. So once that was all cleared up, I moved on. You would think that she would message me later, after the confusion of all of that. But, I mean, I'm not putting that all on her, and I didn't even put it all on her in person. When she was there, the very first thing I said to her was that I apologize for the miscommunication in regards to your hair. Unfortunately, you brought hair that I cannot use for this particular service, so we have some options here. And she willingly declined those options again, and decided to take that trip to the store. So, no, I did not have her send her running. She didn't come in, and I was just like, hey, girl, sit right there. You know what? Go to this store and go get this hair. Like, no. That is not how that went down. That is not how I do business. That is not... First of all, based off of her videos, look at her character. She would have definitely went off sooner than she did. You know what I mean? If it was giving that. It was not giving that. That's why I said this ain't that. She's completely lying. She wasted my time twice, which is why she's not getting her refund. I told you guys. She was going back and forth with me about my policy, and I put her back on schedule, which means that I took that slot away and I gave it back to her. But to do all of that and go as far as she did, ain't no way. There's no way. Final thoughts. Ultimately, I have the right to refuse service to anybody. After apologizing for my delay, stuff like that, as I stated multiple times, I don't know why she's lying saying that I never apologized to her. She wasn't aware of this. She was aware of how that whole entire appointment went was based off of her decision. She was given every single option in regards to the direction that appointment went. So some people are like, oh, you just wanted to waste her time. No, I didn't. I didn't want to waste her time. Why would I want to waste her time? And I'm already behind. That doesn't even make sense. Why would I want to waste her time and create that type of environment in my space? I didn't know that my day was going to be pushed back. I didn't know that she was going to show with 18-inch hair for a pixie cut. So, to bring it back, after all of the explaining and the back and forth, and I'm seeing her out there, visibly creating a scene or huffing and puffing and stuff like that in the hallway while she's waiting, I didn't want to deal with that. So I walked out in a very professional manner and apologized again and let her know that I was uncomfortable. She asked for a refund, and I said, okay, you got it. I'll be right back. But if you walk up on me in the way and manner that you guys saw in her own video, then what do you expect? Do you guys do that to your dentist? Would you guys do that to a lawyer? We're in a professional field as well. Especially if you're being handled professionally. I expect you to give me that same respect. And I saw that it wasn't given. And then it escalated into something that was even more out of my control. Now, all the other dubs that she was pointing at, I called the police on her. I never did this and I never did that and I should have did. That's lies. So, let's done with that. To get back on to the Yelps and Googles, they're creating false reviews, but you do know that those reviews can be challenged in a race. And when I have the time, I will do just that, but I don't have the time, so have fun. It's not bothering me none. And all of this stuff that you guys are doing, you gotta understand that it's not gonna change much of anything for me. I don't really stay updated on there, you know, and a lot of people that contact me from Google or whatever, they call me. A lot of my clients are word of mouth because they physically see my work in person and wanted to book with me. I just read one the other day that said they walked in my salon and it was roaches everywhere. They left itching. Insane. Literally insane. You guys are unhinged, unstable creatures for those who are doing that. And I really hope you find peace, because that's wild. Anyway, I'm really just done with this. I'm standing on what I said. You know, at the end of the day, her behavior was unwarranted. She could have sat there patiently after she was dealt with professionally, but she chose to still be, you know, I just don't deal with that very well. And I let her know. And it just escalated to a point to where it was just like, okay, yeah, actually I can't do anything going forward, because they're not going to talk to me like that, or my neighbors, or continue to disrupt this establishment, because there's a lot of people that were in there that built their stuff up from nothing, like me included, and don't have time to be dealing with. That's never happened over there in Hermosa Beach. So I'm glad that she's getting the clout that she got. You guys can take whatever narrative that you want to take from it. I'm really, really concerned with some of you. It is concerning a bit. You know, and I hope you can detach yourself away from this. Because it's done. So I'm getting a lot of messages too, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say about this. Honestly, I'm kind of like over it. I still got this wig back here that I still ain't even touched. But I can see where you disagree with that. And then honestly, like, as anyone that has gotten their hair done, like, yes, initially, ideally, we want to make sure that our time slots and stuff are set just for you guys, which is why we take deposits. But somehow and sometimes that is shifted based off of anything. Sometimes it could be somebody that comes in with alopecia and they didn't say that. Sometimes they come in requesting or like bringing the wrong hair. Then I have to, you know, some things can always tweak the scheduling a bit. So when this customer came in, when Asada came in, the first thing I said to her was that, you know, it's gonna be a little bit. My schedule was pushed back a bit, and I said you can sit right here, and I can assist you as soon as I finish with blow drying. I think I was blow drying her hair, or like parting her hair. So as soon as I finish with this part or this section, I'm gonna take you, wash you, and you know, set the foundation and stuff like that for you and sit you under the dryer. So it wasn't like she was gonna be sitting there the whole time while I was working on this person. Anybody that has had a pixie cut, they know it's dryer time in there, like a extended amount, maybe 30 minutes or so. So when she asked me how long, you know, it was going to be, by the time I finished washing Asada and putting her under the dryer, I would have went back to my last client and finished her hair, and Asada would have been out. You know, she would have been out the dryer, that client would have left, and I would have took her while she's under the dryer, you know. So at the end of the day, my timing was still saved, so to speak, because I knew what I needed to get done in the amount of time that Asada arrived. So when she arrived, I was ready to wash her and sit her under the dryer, which was going to happen until we found out that she had the wrong hair. So that time that I was going to be spending with her, prepping her and having her under the dryer, she spent going to get the 27-piece boxes. And as far as me saying I made a mistake and this is that, like I said, I have no problem communicating. And if she would have said right then, my job is to communicate. If she would have said right then and there, no, I don't want to go and do that. Can you just give me my money back? I would have said, yeah, no problem. You know, no problem. Not until she started walking up on me was the only time I said no to her. When she had a problem with filling in the accurate information of who she was when booking me, and she said she didn't feel comfortable, I gave her a refund. If I would have communicated, when I communicated to her that it was going to take a little bit more time for me to finish at least sectioning this client out, and I was going to wash her and take her right after, and she said she didn't want to do all of that, nor did she want to go, can I just have my refund? I would have gave it to her. You guys aren't understanding that me giving her money back was not the issue, because I knew of how the day was going in general, and just I didn't like seeing any customer upset. I would have definitely gave it back to her. But in the process of me doing that, she walks up on me, and I'm not tolerating that. Nor would you. Would you walk into Kmart, Target, Walmart, anywhere, knowing their policy and thinking you could jump on their counters and yell at their manager and they're not going to stand on their policy just because you're mad? When they were going to assist you to begin with? She couldn't respect me and my establishment in front of my guests, nor the other guests. So at that point, other people got involved. I didn't even call the police. I was too busy trying to calm her down and talk to her. Someone else called. So at that point, it was nothing else that there was nothing else that I could do. She had to leave. She was just doing way too much, when I was really trying to talk to her and accommodate her from the rip. So some people say, well, why didn't, if you knew she had a problem, why did you book her anyway? Because I did cancel. I did refund her. I did say that. But when she hit me back saying that she really likes my work and she still wants to get her hair done, I gave her grace. And I put her back on schedule anyway. So again, that should go to show you guys, I'm not tripping off. I wasn't really tripping off of what policies I have. They are there to protect me. But as a business owner, 101 with her, talking to her, I was ready to accommodate her, because I'm a human being at the end of the day. And I'm also a customer. I get my hair done too. I don't do my hair all the time. You know what I mean? I would feel some type of way too. But once you cross the lines of professionalism with me, you can expect me to give you grace. What would you have done?